Record this meeting. Hello, everyone. I'm Suzanne Taylor King, the founder of the Idea Lab community. Thank you so much for being here today. Let me admit a few more people. I don't have my community manager here, Tony, today. So bear with me as I manage the chat and the admissions button all at the same time. I'm Suzanne Taylor King. And if you haven't met me personally and you ended up here, that's amazing. And if you have met me personally, I wanted to say thank you for your support in this continued journey of the Idea Lab community. And the purpose of this town hall meeting, it's going to be once a month, same time, same place. And it's a time where you can come and get kind of the lay of the land, announcements that are happening, events, guest experts will be here. But also it's a chance for you to see what's going on in the community. And I've gotten some feedback recently from new members that when they join, you know, it's not like joining a Facebook group. There's a lot to navigate within the community. And today is going to clarify all of that for you. Let me just let a couple more people in. Awesome. And what that's going to do today, we're going to do a little slide share. I'm going to show you the vision for the community. And then I'm going to invite you to connect with the experts in the community. And they're all just starting to invite their people. A couple of them are here today. Dr. Dorothy Martin Neville, Judy Kane, Susan Finn. And when you connect with them, you can get invited to their micro community within the whole. I'm going to show you how to navigate that today, so it's a little less confusing. And here comes Nancy. Awesome. So let me start with the screen share. And Denise, do you mind me making you a co-host? And if you see anybody come in the waiting room, just let them in for me. Thank you. All right. I'm going to share my screen. And just let me know if you can see that. Give me a thumbs up. I have all of your faces. Let me see. I'm going to try to navigate my big screen today. Awesome. All right. Now I'm going to change slides. Give me a thumbs up if you can see my slide change. Yeah. Did we all see my slide change? Yes? Thumbs up? No. Damn it. All right. I'm going to stop. I'm going to screen share one more time. Nope. My screen sharing is paused. Well, that's going to be a bit of a bummer if I can't share my screen today. Okay. Well, nothing like rolling with the punches.
Do you want to try like going out and going back in and or anything?
I'm doing it like 5 times.
5 times, or I don't know.
Yep.
Mm.
Try it one more time.
Cross all of our fingers.
Thanks, guys.
What did you do differently when you and I were looking at it earlier?
No idea. There's somebody in the waiting room if you.
Yep.
All right. It just keeps saying my screen sharing is paused. And it's like
we see a slide.
Up a new screen, so maybe see if it moves.
Nope.
No.
Suzanne, is it a PDF?
No.
Okay, one of my professors at school,
Mhm.
she had to, one of my professors at school, she was having the same trouble making the PDF work. I mean, making the PowerPoint work. She had to save it as a PDF and then it worked. So I don't know.
Yeah, I just did this earlier today. I don't want to take up too much time doing this, but I really wanted you to see the future vision.
Want to send it to me and see if I can make it work?
You
We
can
can
see,
see,
It'll-
we
it'll
can
be
see
in the
that.
chat when you send
Yeah,
it to
just
me.
Okay.
scroll down, just scroll
all
down.
right, I'll just scroll down so you can see that. Okay, cool. All right,
Okay.
so here's the community. Sorry about that, guys. This is a collaborative community. So if you didn't know that already, it's very connected and very collaborative. So 14 experts are coming together to share their events and their insights with you within the community. And that's really the foundation of it. So if you don't believe in actually connecting and knowing people and, sharing wisdom, might not be the community for you. Here's the future vision is 100,000 to 1 million members, entrepreneurs, small business owners, and really cultivating the expert status to supply wisdom to the whole and community partners as well. My goal is to have over 250 events every month within the community, and we have 25 events for January. So we're getting there. Very exciting. So here are the membership options for the community. There will always be a free membership. That's something that was really important to me. No matter how many people tried to talk me out of it, I really feel as though entrepreneurs just starting out don't need another monthly expense in order to network, meet great people, and learn what they need to learn. Then, of course, there are some upgraded memberships for master classes and events and the experts and community partners. If you have questions on any of that, just reach out to me and we can chat about it. I'm not going to go over all the things that are included, but here's a little sneak peek at the founding experts and their micro communities. So Susan Finn, she's a digital marketing guide, and her micro community, Rise Above the Noise, is already in full effect and inviting some people. And you might even be here today because Susan invited you. And I'll happily share this list with anybody who's interested. All right, we're not going to go over what's included with being an expert, but I wanted you to see what's coming. There's summits coming this year. We're going to have an online summit with all of our experts. We're also going to have an in-person retreat someplace in the country. And we're also going to be doing some more events in 2024. Then the Vault membership, that is brand new. And I'll show you how to navigate and get your free trial of that membership. And that's really it. If you have any questions on any of that stuff, just reach out to me. We'll have a one-on-one, or I'll leave some time at the end today for Q&A. So far, any questions, any insights about the community? And we're going to dive into the actual platform, and I'm going to navigate around a little bit for you. You can just raise your hand or come off mute. All right, awesome. Let me get rid of that screen, and I'm going to share again, and we're going to be in the Idea Lab community. So here we are. This is the desktop app for the community. You can see all of you who joined today's event through the community are all listed over here, which is pretty cool. And we're going to go by left menu. Left menu's over here, and then inside menu is here. Now, as far as navigating the community, the thread tab, that's where all the action take place. So everything under community This is all free. Now you're getting a sneak peek into my version of the community. So for example, if you were invited here by Susan, you're going to see this free portion of the community, and then you're going to see Susan's micro community. But there's going to be some things that you might not see because you don't have access to them. So don't worry, I'm going to show you how to get access to everything that you need if you're interested. So everything under community is free. And if you want to learn more about the experts, they're going to be posting welcome introductory videos under the Meet the Experts tab. Then as you scroll through the community here on the inside menu, you're going to see in dark letters, these are all the micro communities. I can see them all because I'm in them all. And I'm going to show you how to join those communities. So each of our experts has their own community. And I'm going to give you a sneak peek in Susan's community, Rise Above the Noise. So you just click this little tab and open it. And you're going to see her thread, which basically looks like a Facebook group, right? She can post videos. You can comment on things, you can ask questions, and you can also share things in that thread with the members of Susan's community. You can tag people just like Facebook with the @ sign. So if you know some people in the community would benefit from Susan's post today, you can just put @ and their name. That's it for the micro communities. There is also on the left-hand menu, there's a course tab. Right now, there are 2 courses, a goal setting bootcamp and a getting started in the community. You should have access to both. If you don't, just send me a private message in the community and I'll make sure you have access to both of those. They're totally free. Then we're going to go back to the left-hand menu again, the Documents tab. This is really fun. There's a housekeeping section, which gives you all of your how-tos. There's a housekeeping, where to get help, a getting started in the community. And this Getting Started tab, that shows you how to adjust your notifications in the community, which I'm going to go over again with you today. If you're new here, it could be a little overwhelming how many notifications you're getting and emails you're getting. I don't want that. I'm all about digital minimalism, and the less emails, the better. So I'm going to show you how to adjust those notifications. Also, there's a how-to tab. So if you're wondering how to do something in the community, this is the place to learn. So again, it's Documents and it's under Housekeeping. And it'll show you how to use shortcuts, how to get the app on your computer, how to use the app on your phone, how to do notifications, how to search the community, how to edit your profile, things change, and how to navigate groups. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. Questions so far?
Hi, Mike here. How many people are in the group and the community now?
There's 170 right now, and the experts have just started inviting their people. So I'm anticipating, many more within the next month or 2.
And your objective is to get it up into the 6 figures.
Yes.
That's seems very ambitious. I'm not doubting you, but seems extremely ambitious. Okay, no, that's fine. Good luck to you. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. So this is a ground floor opportunity, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's a vetted community as of right now, and I like to keep that personal touch to it. And that's why I invited experts to help me grow the community, because each expert will have their own micro community within the whole. And that will keep it a little bit more in touch with each other, a little more intimate with having those smaller groups.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Go ahead, Marie. Maria.
Hi, sorry, I've been MIA, but I've been excited to start some of the networking calls and things like that you have going. So I'm excited to do that. In regards to like the events and things like that, is there a way to just to like have a bird's eye view of things, like to see what's going on and see what's interesting you? Because I find right now I have the setting to everything. So I'm getting like, I don't know how many emails a day.
Okay.
And I'm wondering, is there a way to edit that or change that and just keep like the highlights coming in or something like that?
Absolutely. And that's a great question. That's exactly what we're going to dive into next. I'm going to show you how to do that. And if you want to open the community in the background right now and do this with me, I always say hands-on is better, and do it while we're here rather than come back later and try to remember how to do it, if that makes sense. All right, I'm going to go back into my screen share. All right, so left-hand menu, you can go to the events tab and you can get an overhead view of the events by clicking this little toggle right here and go to monthly view, and it will bring up all the events on the calendar. And if you want a more detailed view, you just look at the agenda and scroll through and see what you want to go to.
Suzanne,
Yes.
can you post the link in the chat so we can click on it to bring you to your site, to this?
Oh, certainly. Hold on one second.
I got you, Suzanne. I'll do it.
Oh, thank you. I can't get to my internet behind it. Thank you. Okay. And then from the events tab, right below that on the left-hand menu is the directory. This is where there's 173 profiles. This is where you can search for someone. So if you want to find my profile, you just start typing in the person's name. And when you click on my picture, my groups are going to show up, and then my bio. And if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, my website, and my calendar, you can directly copy my email right to your clipboard and email me. So it's a great way to stay in touch with fellow members that you meet at different events. Or you can also come back to the thread tab and scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you can send direct messages within the community. So you can click on the plus sign and type in the person's name and create a private chat. So that's another way you can stay in touch with members. Many of you probably got your first introduction email. So that's where I connect two members of the community for a one-on-one connection. And that's part of the community. If you wish not to have that, again, just send me a message within the community and tell me you want to opt out of those personal connections. Now, as far as adjusting your profile and your notifications, in that left-hand menu, you're going to see your name down in the lower left-hand side. You're going to click on your name, and all kinds of settings are going to come up. You're not going to see everything that I see, but the important part is under my account. So once you go there, you can go to your account settings. This is where you adjust your profile. You can add all of your links, change your bio. The second button under my account is notifications. This is where you can watch a video to learn more about the notification settings, or you can go through and you can see there's a lot of notification settings. If you need help with this, please, again, reach out to me or come to one of the Q&A sessions. But it's pretty easy when you're looking through notify me about. There's community options, there's mobile options, and then there's browser notifications. If you want to unsubscribe from everything, you literally just click there. I don't like browser notifications. I don't want anything popping up on my computer while I'm working. So I turn those off completely or on completely. Mobile notifications, that's on the app. You can turn those on and off, or you can get super specific. Then emails. Email me about events, all events, only after RSVPing, or none. So this way, if you turn event emails off, that means you have to come to the community, RSVP to the ones you want, and you won't get any emails about future events. Event reminders, you could leave event emails on notifying you of new events and leave the reminders off if you want, unless you've RSVP'd. Event feedback, you can turn that off and not give me any feedback. The weekly digest, this is awesome. This is a feature that I absolutely love. That is an email that you get on Mondays that tells you all the new members who joined, all the new events that are happening, and the top threads of conversation. So I love that weekly digest, and that might be the only notification you need from the community. I also like to get notifications on DMs and if somebody tags me in a post. So imagine you're one of my community experts. I tag you in a post because I want to introduce you to somebody. You might want to get a notification on that. There's also some channel overrides, and that's when you can decide, this is especially good if you're participating in a micro community, and that's all you want is that micro community's information. As the group grows, this is going to be really cool. You can literally select a channel, and I'm going to pick on Susan again, because I'm going to find her, her community. I know I saw it. Meet the experts. Where is it? Susan, what's your thread called? Connections, right?
I do have one called Connections Within Rise Above Noise.
Yes. Okay. So what I did is I just picked Susan's thread in her micro community, and it says notifications from this channel will ignore what I said above and send me all notifications for her community. So what I have right now is the daily feed. So literally, if anything gets posted in the daily feed, I want to know about it because it's my community. So I have that set to override. Now, I know there's going to be questions on the notifications side of things. Any hands? Go ahead, Denise.
And actually, I wanted to have you address, Deborah had a question.
Oh, Denise froze.
You to take a look at that question. Because I think that's.
I can speak it for you, Suzanne.
Sure.
I was invited to this town meeting, so I don't know much about the Idea Lab. Are you trying to attract particular types of businesses? And the secondary question, how is your vision different from a platform like LinkedIn?
So I would say we're not a social media platform. We're a community platform. So depending on who invited you, I would say they're probably interested in having you be in their community, their portion of the Idea Lab. And we're really focused here on the community aspect, the networking aspect, the collaboration aspect of a community. So if you imagine the Idea Lab, if you're used to Facebook groups, it's a Facebook group on steroids. It's a Facebook group with smaller groups inside of it. And that's the vision of it, to be more connected than a networking group, but not like social media, not where the algorithm decides what you see. You decide what you see here in this community. Does that help, Deborah?
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Any other questions? Go ahead, Maria.
Sorry, I thought you were reading it from the chat, so I typed it there. So you have like the selected experts in the community. How does one become acquainted with the experts, or, you know, if you're still looking for experts, like how does that work?
Oh, great question. Thank you. You're a great questioner. Today, I'm going to share my screen again, and I'll show you where to find all the experts. All right. So left-hand menu to documents. And after the housekeeping part, you're going to scroll down and you're going to see community experts. And that's where all the experts are listed. And they are just starting to fill out all of the information. So if we click on, we're going to pick on Susan again, because I know she's all done with everything. She has her bio here. She also has all of her links. She has her free resources. She has her Idea Lab thread. So you register one time and you get all of those links. And the cool part, once you see what expert you want to connect with, you can do it this way. Or you can go to your name on the lower left, scroll down to my account, and click on my groups. And what's going to come up is all the groups within the Idea Lab. And if they're open to be joined, you can click and join the group. So let's scroll down to one that I'm not in. Denise's group, which just got put up the other day. I can click right here and join her thread. So now I'm in Denise's micro community. And you can scroll through here and read about each of the groups. So Susan, you need a little description for yours, which we'll put in there. And then you can pick which ones you want to join. Does that help, Maria?
Yes, thank you. And
Welcome.
I guess the secondary part of the question is like, are you still looking for experts to create these communities?
Well, as of right now, that part of the community is closed, but there's opportunities for collaboration with existing experts, or, you know, putting an event or a workshop together for the community. So by all means, just schedule a time with me and I'll share my link in the comments and we can talk about that. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Suzanne, is it closed forever or closed for now?
Oh, just for now. So the goal was to have 15 experts start their micro communities, get the membership up over 1,000 people, and then we could start bringing in other guest experts. And I will open up, for 15 more experts probably next year sometime, depending on how quick we grow. Any other questions? Oh, Deborah asked in the chat, did you say there are different levels of membership? Yes, everything's free. All these things I just showed you are free. And then there is a vault membership, and then there's a mastermind membership, but none of that is necessary. It's totally optional as far as the community goes. And I'll share the landing page for you guys. And let's do a little connecting while we're here. What do you say? Good. Any other questions or insights? Did I totally overwhelm all of you today? Little peek into how my mind works. Gregory, great to see you. Danica's here. Any other questions, insights? Mation.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's just my access to it or not, but I didn't see my screen on the left on the toolbar wasn't the same as what you had. It's kind of different icons and so forth. So I don't know if I'm seeing something different than what you shared or if that.
Each person will see what they have access to. So if your left-hand menu was completely different,
Yeah,
can you share your screen with us?
sure.
I'm going to make you co-host so you can do that.
So do you see?
Oh, yes. Okay. So you're seeing the collapsed version of that left-hand menu.
Okay.
I'm not sure how to expand that.
Machen, try clicking the control, hold down the control button and click the hyphen key up on top. I think your screen is set for too big.
Control hyphen.
Control hyphen and hit the hyphen button while you're holding the control button down, and it may minimize the screen and you'll be able to see it. There you go. One more.
One more.
There you
Yeah.
go. Thank you. I'll invoice you for that, Machen.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Perfect.
Thank you.
You're
Thanks,
so
Mation.
smart, JD. You're so smart.
Wow.
Stop yourself, folks.
Wicked smart.
Thanks, JD.
Thanks, JD. And great question, Mation. Thank you. All right. Any other questions or insights before we jump into a little connecting? Okay. All right, here we go. This is breakout room time. We are going to do, let's see, rooms of 2 or 3. And I'm going to open up all the rooms. Here we go.
which people seem to do. So, but now we have Suzanne in the room, so she's gonna hear everything. She's a fly on the wall.
I didn't want you to be alone, JD, because I know Susan had to go.
Oh, that's
stayed
okay.
on, and he's been very patient with me with my
No, she's great. They're so cute. I can tell.
Yeah.
I'm not a
Hi.
grandfather. I'm probably a year away from being a grandfather at least.
Oh, yeah.
My youngest just got engaged, so and I'm not sure they're gonna have kids right away. So
Well, congratulations. It's
But,
I never really cared that much, but I got to tell
Yeah.
you, pretty amazing. But as far as LinkedIn, it's very interesting, and I love the fact that what you said, not about the lead generation, because my son, he does sales development and he is on LinkedIn all day long, and I'm like, how do you do this, right? But I like the idea of building your personality, building your flavor, right? Your brand, and
Well,
engaging.
and Suzanne, she knows me pretty darn well through the years. I mean, I lead by example in the area. I don't talk about what other LinkedIn people are talking about. Because LinkedIn has become very commoditized as a service. And
Yeah.
what does helping people on LinkedIn these days truly mean? Nobody can truly answer that because everybody's looking to people in my trade for answers, when in fact, Dorothy, you've had the power to go home all along. I mean, it's within yourself. So these days, my advisory is much more thought partnership, much more keeping people on the right track and keeping them positive about it, because they're going to discover or not their own way of doing things on LinkedIn. And it doesn't matter what I say in the end, or any other self-declaring. I'm not a self-declarer, but I mean, a lot of hype, a lot of people thinking they're the smartest and people in the room on LinkedIn, and we're all learning it together. It's still in beta, ain't it?
After all those years. Now, do you work with a particular type of professional?
Specialty is executive branding. I'm gearing up to, I've made some great forays into the medical market, and I'm working with doctors and physicians and healthcare executives. I grew up in the healthcare field, and when I got to LinkedIn, there were no doctors on LinkedIn. And now they're starting to assert themselves on the platform, becoming business people and coaches and advisors and media personalities. And I've taken on about a half dozen high level heavy hitter MD clients. And that's a great market for me. And I want to be there because I've been talking to doctors since I was a teenager.
Yeah.
That's amazing too, because you're right. You don't often see the doctors. I think they're just starting to figure out, because you know what, I think up until a few years ago, people thought LinkedIn was if you were looking for a job, right? It was like an online.
Still is.
Right. But not for me. For me,
well, you've got a lot of people who are really closed out on that fact, and they say, well, I'll use LinkedIn if I need to find a new gig.
Right.
Well,
Right. Or I'll
okay.
update it when I change my my job or something like that.
I'll build a network when I need to build it.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Right now, I'm fine. No, but
That's how I feel about with the work that I do in helping people grow their email list. They're like, well, it's I don't have a list, so I don't need to do all that. I don't need to do email because I don't have a list. And I'm like, well, when I talk about creating lead generators and automated sequences and welcoming people and having a consistent way to keep in touch with people in their inbox, which people are still checking their inboxes. They're like, yeah, but I don't have enough people, so I'm not going to do it. So I have to bridge that gap of making people understand what the process is.
And that's good education. That is the mark of a conscientious digital marketer. It's doing stuff like that, because now keeping in touch and building communities is kind of where it's at, and creating content to go along with it.
Well, especially when we all had to shut down sort of for the, for COVID.
Yeah.
That was when, if you didn't have a list, it was a lot harder. And then it got easier. I think at first it was harder and then it got easier.
I don't have a big list. I have a very tight knit, cohesive list. I have very few people opting out, as opposed to tens of thousands of people where you get several hundred people opting out after every blast. And I can't keep track of that anyway. I don't have the bandwidth for it.
Yeah.
But that is a 2023 initiative. I do want to grow the list. But I vet people from my list. I want to make sure that if they get an email from me, they don't opt out.
Yeah. Right, what I've already, excuse me, going on my face, I see, it's like, I think that, now that we're in the Idea Lab community, you'll kind of hear, maybe you'll do the Rise Above Noise channel and I'll share it in the main channel too. I'm still getting used to everything, Suzanne, but that is what I usually talk about is how.
Are you one of the experts?
I am.
You are, okay.
Rise Above Noise is the name of my channel, my thread, my community.
Your micro community.
Your
Yeah.
micro community.
I have a good.
That's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing, as
I'm
they
bringing
say.
my community over from Facebook. I have a wonderful community on Facebook, but it's an energy suck. It's a time suck. And I want people to stay more focused, but it's a little bit of a learning curve and we're going to get the community through that. But that's the kind of information I share, is how to grow your list and how to not have people go, oh, I don't want to hear from that person anymore. Right. Like, I don't do sales funnels. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Right. I don't do sales funnels. I only do nurturing and generosity.
Yeah. And that's good. And you can delineate. I mean, obviously, if you're a speaker, author, consultant, coach, you have things to promote. Everybody's a broadcast station these days. They're appearing somewhere. They're launching this, new services to the catalog. I mean, that's how you communicate. And on the one hand, you feel you're adding value, but on the other hand, people, you catch them at a bad point in their day, they're not going to take the time to read it, or they'll delete you unceremoniously. So
Well, then they weren't your person.
they weren't my person. I just learned that. I just sent out a Suzanne, I don't know if you're on my list or not. I think you are, but I just sent out a really heartfelt personal New Year's greeting email. And I mean, it took dozens of hours to do it. I wanted it just right, with just the right image. And people, I didn't get too many opt-outs. I got 20 people unsubscribed to me. And I thought to myself, you've got to be kidding me. You're unsubscribed. I don't email. That was my first email in like 8 months. And someone would, like, in the reasons for unsubscribing, they would say, I get too many emails from you. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So
well, the reason you got that one though is because they give you a list, like when you unsubscribe, they
you
give
get 5 of them.
Yeah.
Well, or just leave it blank. Don't respond. I mean,
The one
just
that drives
delete
me
it.
crazy is when people say, I never signed up for your list. And I'm like, well, that is my number
Really?
one rule, is nobody gets on my list without signing up for it.
Yeah.
Well, I get verbal authorization. So I tell
Yeah.
people, I call it a VIP list. And I get asked to do a lot of these summits, and they say, well, JD, how big is your list? And I said, well, that's a loaded question. But truthfully, I would say, I'm carrying a list of about maybe 1,300 people, which by all accounts is not a big list compared to some of these other speakers. But typically people read the stuff I put out there. But if I come at them with too many summit things, like, because you know how the summit works.
Yeah.
Affiliate link.
Once and you get 20 emails from them.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't want to put my people through that. That's why
Yeah.
I've shrunk back from a lot of summits, and I'm getting back to doing the paid speaking again for companies, private speaking and conferences. I don't want to do summits because I don't really think people go back and buy the archived content anyway.
No.
So what difference does
I
it
have to
make?
go corral the room. So
Suzanne, I'll see you tomorrow. I
Okay.
love what you're doing here. Kudos to you. My gosh, very impressive.
thank you. Thank you. Thank
Very
you.
impressive.
Well, let me know if you have any questions as you.
I don't have any questions. I understand this perfectly.
Awesome. Okay, bye.
Bye, Suzanne.
Suzanne.
Welcome back.
Hi.
How was it?
We're the quick learners. It was great. We talked about pot.
One of the things.
We're a bunch of potheads.
Yeah.
Nice. How come I didn't join that room? Kidding.
Well, we really were centered on medicinal, not recreational. So.
Yes.
Oh, all right. All right.
Although you still get high with medicinal, so.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Oh, yeah, if
Yeah.
you're using THC, you do.
What are you guys talking about?
Cannabis.
Well, for those of you who don't know Ida, she is graduating very soon from the world's or the country's first master's degree program in cannabis sciences.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
wow.
Super
Yeah.
proud of that lady over there with a minor in nutrition, mind you.
Yes.
Yes.
Boy, does
Well,
it-
both goes together. You have to have your nutrition together in order to have the cannabis working.
That's right. That's right. Well, how was the connection time? Let me hear from a couple of you. How was it? What did you walk away with? Any action steps with the people that you connected with?
Absolutely. Tom and I are going to connect after, on privately that was just a delight. Yeah, thank you.
He is kind of awesome, isn't he,
He is
Dorothy?
kind of awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And pink's your color, Tom.
Pink's the new black.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone else want to share?
Yeah, I'll share, Suzanne. First
ahead.
off, hi, Ida. It's been a long time.
Yes.
I just, we communicated a lot about different books we're reading. So got some great ideas for a couple new books. So
Wonderful.
yeah, it was wonderful.
Awesome. Well, if you like books, every Friday here in the Idea Lab, there's a call at 12. It's called Growth Intentions. It's on Friday at 12. And I typically drop some book summaries and we discuss different books and different topics. So if you'd like to join us, it's under the events tab, typically posted on Monday for, the following week, but it's every Friday at 12. Anyone else? Go ahead, Steph.
There we go. Yeah, Judy and Sarah and I connected really well with being, she's doing the book and the people get through blocks and that kind of thing. And she helps them. We were talking about how the essence and also Judy, how her subconscious work actually can help people through blocks too. So it was kind of interesting. Like, oh, put those two together and bam.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. So you have some connecting to do afterwards, which is wonderful. I'm going to drop some links in the chat for you. If you don't have a profile set up yet, or you want to read more about the community, the first link I shared is the community landing page. All the micro communities will be listed there, and that has your joining options and the link to schedule a time to talk with me. And then I will also share with you my LinkedIn profile if you want to get connected to me or to any of the other experts. Reach out to me on LinkedIn and I can add you to an intro or a chat thread on LinkedIn as well. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Suzanne.
doing this, Suzanne.
You're
It's
welcome.
wonderful.
You're welcome. I'll stick
Great
around for
idea.
a few
Let's
minutes if
connect
anybody.
offline.
Okay, take care.
See you later. I'll stick around for a few minutes if anybody wants to hang out with me.
I'll hang out with you, Suzanne.
Love hanging
Oh.
out with you.
Since it's my
Hang with you
birthday,
all
I'll
day,
hang
sister.
out for a
Yeah,
little
happy
bit.
birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Wait, let me guess. 34.
34?
Mhm.
Ah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. But today I turned 44.
Wow, very
Mhm.
good. Living 10 years younger. I like that.
Thanks, I appreciate it. So
Yeah.
listen, I appreciate you asking me to come join. I really
Yeah.
do. I'm in a space where I'm cannonball jumping into this.
Awesome.
So I need all the inspiration, help, hit I can get. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever really like committed myself
Awesome.
to something. You know,
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I think there's a definite place for you within this community. You know, I don't know what your exact offers are for people, but once we have a one-on-one, we'll kind of, you know, go over what you offer. If you want some help on, you know, how to position that within the community, I'm happy to help. For example, after Tom and my one-on-one, we were introduced, he's got this awesome software option for networking and, you know, taking your connections and helping you stay in touch with them. And I was like, I want to meet him. And we
Right.
had a one-on-one. And now I know how to take his software and make it an offer for the community. So yeah, maybe we just need to do that and get super clear on, you know,
Yeah.
where you want to go and what you want to do.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll send you an email with a link.
Okay.
We can do that.
Okay. Yeah, because my link's kind of full. I'd be better off finding time on your calendar, probably.
Yeah. Okay. That'll
Okay.
work. Well, listen, thank
Yeah.
you once again.
Yeah,
And,
go have an awesome birthday.
I shall. All
Okay.
right.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Suzanne, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for the kind words, first of all.
You're welcome.
You're so sweet. I appreciate you. I had a question and the question is, what can we do to help build the community? You want to go to 100,000 or more.
Yeah.
And some of us have some pretty extensive networks. Is there a time when it's appropriate for us to start promoting Idea Lab?
Absolutely. So I think if you're not building your own micro community like the experts are, my vision for your software is for it to be a community partner. So to basically, you know, sponsor the community. And if you have a large network of people, entrepreneurs, small business owners, service providers who would be interested in a quality community like this, I work with you to create basically the verbiage. That's what I did for my experts. Like, how do I invite people? How do I talk about it?
Sure.
And typically, I would think start with inviting them to one of the networking events and see if they like it. You know, see if they like the people that they met. And then, you know, I always invite people that haven't created a profile in the community to do that at those events. So that way the inviting piece is kind of off your shoulders. You're just introducing them to a networking event. If you'd like to keep track of who you invite, I can always create a custom link just for you. And I would know that those people came from you. If that's something that's not super important to me, but if it's important to you, we could do that as well.
Yeah. No, it's not important to me as much as I appreciate the value of the community that you're building. And I built a community in another season, and yet so many would benefit by being a part of this. And I didn't know if the doors were open as yet, or you wanted to really start scaling, or if you're still in the coalescing stage. So,
Yeah, there's nothing really left to do except, kind of nurture my experts to the point where they're as ready as I am. And
Yeah.
and we're in the process of doing that. Melissa, who's here right now, is one of my experts. And creating a welcome video, each of the experts, creating all of their assets within the community. That's going to be finished by the end of January. So I'm ready as I'm ever going to be for new people. And there's no limit to how many people can join. So it's not like I could only have 100 per month or 1,000 per month. I can,
Mhm.
as long as they're quality people. So, I'm kind of trusting the ripple effect. So if you like me and I like you and we vibe, then, the people that you invite just vicariously are going to fit in, And
Yeah.
if they don't, I invited somebody who created a profile and then she emailed me and she was like, WTF is all of this, and I didn't sign up for this, and I don't want this, and don't you introduce me to people without my permission. I was like, whoa, okay. And I just very politely said, it's a collaborative community where we all want to know each other and refer business to each other. So if you're not into that, I'll delete your profile.
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
Oh, it's
good.
going to happen. It's going to happen.
Oh, no, it'll happen. In my experience, I found there's always a very small percentage of people who come to get as opposed to come to give. And they reveal themselves.
They
And
do.
Quality people have a way of isolating those types from being in the party, if you will.
Mhm.
Because, it becomes, once you get exposed, you get, excluded, I guess I could say.
Yeah, and
Found out.
I welcome feedback on that too. So if there's ever somebody in the community that you're introduced to via email who doesn't respond to you or sells themselves to you overtly on that connection call, I
Sure.
want to hear about it because
Sure.
that's not how we do things.
Yeah.
And I'm not at this point in my career, I'm not afraid to say, hey, Tom, I introduced you to somebody, not so they could be a client, so they could be a connection.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, that being said, I haven't had much of that. So
Well, I don't want to keep you past your time here, but
not
I
at
do,
all. It's a pleasure.
I do appreciate you. I'm gonna send off a document to you.
Okay.
I've been working with Daniel, and he and I are getting along like
I know.
fabulously.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He is awesome, and we'll be doing some things together. But I sent him
Great.
a document yesterday that is about relationships. And it's just, it's a thought piece that I think you'll relate to, given you said, when you bring two together and there's a third, there's a connection. And I've been doing some work on this process for a couple of years. And
Oh, cool.
it's a one pager, so I'm not going to fill up your inbox.
Okay.
And it's all graphic too.
Oh, I love it.
Okay.
Love it.
Thanks for your contribution to us all, and
thank you.
have a blessed day.
You too.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey
Hey,
there.
Melissa. What's up?
I didn't want to take too much of your time. I just wanted to say it really quickly. So the conversation I had with, it was